welcome back to another video. I hope you're doing really well. Today I wanted to share how to get out of your lazy girl era and into your productive girl, becoming the very best version of yourself and the exact habits it takes to achieve that. I always find this time of year, as the seasons change and the mornings get darker, it's just so much harder to maintain the discipline, the motivation, the energy. I had a morning a few weeks back where I just couldn't be bothered getting out of bed. I felt like it was just dark outside, and that week I just felt like all my little self-sabotaging behaviours were creeping in. And I always think when you get into a rut, it's quite a gradual thing, isn't it? Like, it's never just instantaneously you wake up one day and like everything goes out the window. It's really gradual, where you start ordering a few extra food orders, like rather than buying food from the supermarket or grocery shop, and you start delaying your alarm, skipping a few gym sessions here or there, and before you know it, you're just in this place where you're like, oh my god, where have all my habits that make me feel my best kind of gone? And then it just feels super overwhelming to get back into a good flow. And you also lose a bit of self-trust, I think, when you do get in those ruts where you just start doubting yourself, and it kind of just leaks into every other aspect of life. So this is exactly why I've created the Sculpt program, which is a 2-week workout program and also comes with a 2-week meal guide. So you've got all the food inspo, and it's where fitness meets nutrition. So you're going to be energized and well fueled for these 2 weeks, and you'll also be able to notice differences in your digestion, in your energy levels in this time frame. And for me, 2 weeks has always been a really good sweet spot to kickstart new habits. So it's all about creating the best versions of ourselves, leveling up in this 2 weeks, and just reinforcing, recreating those healthy habits that make us feel our best from the inside out and from our mindset. Okay, let's get into the habits for the 2-week challenge. So the first one is no phone before 8 a.m. or after 9 p.m. So this is such a game changer. What I want to mention, if you're not already doing, is to make sure you've got your phone away from your bedside table, because that physical cue, just being able to see your phone on your bedside table, just makes it more likely that you're going to reach for it, and just without thinking you just end up on it, sort of scrolling first thing in the morning. So moving your phone to the other side of the room, I just literally turn my alarm off in the morning, leave it on flight mode, and then do my morning routine. So I won't go on my phone before I've done my skincare, before I've got ready for the day, done my workout, done my journal prompts or a meditation. And then if I go to the gym or go do my workout, I'll just use it for my music, which is literally exactly what makes a huge difference. That is the morning. And then after 9 p.m, so I'll just pop my phone on to charge and again put it on flight mode like around 9. I usually go to bed around 10, so I just give it like an hour before I go to sleep where I'm not on my phone, like doing my emails. And this has actually been really challenging for me, because I feel like whenever I sit down with my dinner, that is when everything just like floods to my brain. I'll be like, oh, I forgot to reply to that person or whatever. But just having those boundaries with yourself makes a big difference. There's always going to be things to do, and it's just having like acceptance with that, knowing that you're not going to be able to complete absolutely every tiny little thing every single day, and spreading yourself so thin that you just don't give yourself any time to rest or like really just relax before you go to sleep. Because what I'd then noticed was, if I was on my phone doing work stuff right before I go to sleep, I'd literally be working in my dreams. Like, I'd be doing calculations, be doing remembering invoices in my dreams. And I want to have nice, like, adventureful dreams, not be doing more work in my dreams. And then the second habit for the 2-week challenge is completing a daily workout. Obviously there's 2 rest days a week, but completing the 5 workouts in the 2-week program. So I've made it so these are all workouts that can be done from home or the gym. All you need is a set of dumbbells, and this is all about creating a sculpted version of you. So they're, for the 2-week challenge, they're energizing workouts that are dumbbell only. There's a variety of HIIT, strength and EMOM workouts, and then also some stretches to increase and work on flexibility. I've structured it like this so that they're 30 to 40 minute workouts. They're not too long, and like I say, you can do them from anywhere with a set of dumbbells. The reason why I did it like this is because whenever my life's got super busy, these are the workouts that are my go-tos if I'm short on time and I just want something energizing, short and sweet, and that improve my athletic performance, get my endurance, and also just me feeling more athletic and agile. So that is the workout side of things. If you're not doing the Sculpt challenge, you could also just do these habits, but do them with your workout style. And also to mention, the workouts in this challenge are all follow along. So we're working out together, you're working out with me. I filmed them, you know, in like a lifestyle. So you're literally following along and I'm guiding you through the whole thing. So that's the first time ever that I've done that.
Welcome to this extremely spicy upper body and core strong. Keep that chest up. Getting some nice flexion in the spine.
So that's the first time ever that I've done that, which I'm really excited about, and this has been really requested, not done this style on a programme before. Then the third habit is pre-planning your meals for the week. So just having something, if you can print it off, even better, but I've created a PDF with the meal plan for the week so you know exactly what you've got coming up. And also there's a grocery list in this programme, so I'd really recommend downloading the PDF when and if you join the challenge. And again, planning out your meals for the week and just knowing what you've got coming up means that you're not having to just like not have a clue what you're having for dinner that night, or you go to the supermarket and you don't pick up the right ingredients, and it's just all pre-planned. And with any fitness goal, nutrition is super important. If you're trying to build muscle, you need to make sure you're getting enough protein and making sure you've got enough variety and whole foods in your diet. And it's the same with any fat loss goal, just pre-planning is the absolute key. And please don't think like with your meals, it doesn't need to be, you're not eating like the same thing all the time, or it doesn't have to be flipping chicken, rice and broccoli to achieve results. That is not the case. I try and schedule a food shop to either be delivered, or I'll usually do my food shop on a Saturday. It's really random how like I didn't used to do much on weekends, but now I quite like doing my food shop on a Saturday. I feel like I just know what to get for the week and it's just on the same day, so I've just got that routine and that habit rather than it just kind of being sporadic. And then I just find it so annoying, say if I want to make like spag bol or I don't know, something for my dinner and I don't have the ingredients. Fourth habit is filling in your daily journal prompts. So I'll make these downloadable. I'll pop a link in the description. So based around gratitude, prioritizing, so 3 priorities for the day, visualization, which is I see, I have, I feel, and then a brain dump, kind of just free your mind basically. And the reasoning behind these journal prompts is basically to check your self-concept. And what I mean by that is like how you view yourself. Because say if I can say to myself, right, yeah, I love myself, but I might be having thoughts that are not really backing it up. So what I find with journaling, that really just keeps all your self-talk in check basically, and just making sure you're coming from the right place. So for example, say if like I'm having a really bad hair day and I'm looking in the mirror thinking, God, my hair's a mess, and I'm saying to myself, oh, I'm ugly, rather than just saying, oh, I'm just having a bad hair day. Like those two are two different things. And if I'm coming from a place of, oh, I'm ugly, I'm more likely going to be saying a lot more kind of negative nastiness in my thoughts. And these are things that just kind of spread into absolutely everything. And we all go through phases in life where I think we have more sort of that self-talk, and it can just kind of seep into everything else. So I think journaling as well just keeps you coming from the right place rather than letting negative self-talk and all of that kind of manifest, which is not what we want. And also it just means that you can have some self-compassion and like brain dumping. I always think if I've caught myself having, like when was it the other day, I was being really hard on myself. I was ill, that was it. I was really unwell and I'd had 2 days off where I physically just couldn't get anything done. And later on that week, I was just thinking, oh my God, like why am I so behind? And I just wasn't giving myself enough self-compassion. And then the following morning, I did a journaling session and I was writing how I felt overwhelmed. And I just kind of broke it all down. I was like, I've actually been really ill this week. And if this was like my best friend who I was talking to, I would be saying to her, but you've been ill, like have some self-compassion and kindness towards yourself. And that's what I really swear by, journaling. And I think 2 weeks, if you've not done any sort of journaling before, is a really nice like time frame that you could commit to. Then the 5th point, which is kind of like leading on from the journaling, is sticking to your word. So this is just so important for building self-trust, which I think we all need to work on every now and then, because it's also how you treat others as well, like the way you trust yourself. So if you say to yourself, right, I'm working out at 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. tomorrow, committing to that and scheduling it in like you're scheduling an appointment with a friend is so important, because if you can't trust yourself, you're going to find it hard to trust others, and it's just going to, like I say, just go into all other areas of your life. And I think that's when we get these confidence issues, because we don't really have that trust within ourselves. And I think a good starting point is just making sure when you set a goal, make sure it is realistic, because there's nothing worse than like you saying, right, tomorrow I'm going to tick off 10 things, like 10 big tasks, when that's just not feasible or not realistic. And then you're going to get to the end of that day and feel like disheartened, and you've lost that bit of trust in yourself and you don't back up your own word. So just making sure you've got a good understanding, or like when you schedule in a workout, like if an hour's too long for you, or say if you can only work out from home, like just being okay with that and saying, right, that's fine, I'm going to make the best use of that time, and being intentional with it as well. Then the 6th habit, which I'm really loving at the moment, like my friend made me laugh the other day because she was like, what is this on your fridge? And I was like, oh, it's just my timer. Mason actually got me a physical one because I was using my phone, but I'd seen, was it Hall Mosey talked about timers, and I absolutely love it. So this is my timer. It's a magnet, so you can stick it on the fridge and you just click it here. I do kind of like short ones, like 5 or 10 minutes, and it's been really good to give me an understanding of how long things take. So like the other day I sat set myself a timer, 5 minutes to unload the dishwasher and just do a little tidy around the kitchen. And I did it in like 4 minutes 10. And I thought, oh my God, the amount of times I've complained, I thought I can't be bothered to do the kitchen. When you actually break it down, it took 4 minutes of my time. I could sit on my phone for 4 minutes and it'd just fly by, when actually like that small habit, having a tidy kitchen, means I can concentrate. So a time has been a really, really good time management system. And also that's another thing, like creating systems so that you can action things rather than overthinking. So like this is one little system that works well for me. Like in the morning, if I want to get somewhere for a certain time, giving myself 10 minutes to fully make sure I'm dressed, out the door, is just something I swear by. I feel like you're going to love this timer, and I will link it down below for you. It's just off Amazon. The 7th habit is doing a daily 8 to 10k step count. So I've actually got more flexible with this because I was at 10k and it just, some days when I've been busy, it just wasn't realistic. So breaking it down and not getting so caught up on a 10k number, okay? It's not going to make a big difference between 8 and 10k steps. Obviously a step count is amazing for a movement goal if you're sedentary a lot of the time, and it can help with fat loss goals as well. It's a nice form of LISS cardio because it's super low intensity, and I like to combine it with doing either like listening to a podcast and just getting out in fresh air, which does wonders for just your mental health and your overall mood. And it's really nice this time of year. Like I feel like as the leaves change, I'm just appreciating it, especially like in Dubai, like the seasons change there, but you don't see like the leaves change. So I feel like this year I'm really like, oh, the leaves are turning. That is definitely a good goal to set for a 2-week challenge. But like I say, if you're barely moving and you look at your health on your iPhone, you're like averaging on 3k steps, please don't go setting yourself like a 10k step goal, because it's a big jump and it will take a lot more time. But maybe add on maybe 2,000 steps onto wherever you currently are at. And then you could also use like your Apple Watch or any sort of a Fitbit. It'd also work really well to track your steps. Then the 8th habit is tracking your progress. So in my app Live and Lift, in the 2-week challenge, if you do a weekly check-in, which is on your profile setting, so you can add your weight and you can add progress images here. So doing a weekly check-in on here once a week, and then also something I've been quite liking is using my tape measure. If I'm honest, I bought this tape measure just to track my glute growth, like to see if we're up any centimetres, but that is another way. So doing that once a week. Obviously in a 2-week time period, you will definitely notice throughout the challenge changes in your energy levels, your digestion and how you feel, but it will take longer than 2 weeks to achieve, you know, massive physical results, like between sort of 4 to 8 weeks. It just depends on what you stick to as well and what you can maintain and what's realistic. I'm not claiming that in a 2 weeks challenge you're going to just transform your body on all levels, because it takes longer than that. But yeah, tracking progress is really important to physically see that you are growing, gaining muscle, or if you want to lose overall body fat, that you're losing fat. So you could take a measurement around your hips and waist. Then the 9th and final habit for the 2-week challenge is sleeping 7 to 8 hours. This is so important. Like, oh my gosh, sleep is so important to just how you feel, to your recovery, to how good your session's going to be, and just something that should be really prioritized. I made a mistake for a long time where I used to think, oh, I don't really need much sleep. And I remember during that phase of my life, I feel like my mood was not great. Like I used to get down a lot. I used to rely on caffeine far too much, and probably just have more increased cravings towards things that just didn't make me feel too good. So sleeping 7 to 8 hours and tracking that. So I use my Whoop, this black band here, to track my sleep. And I do find it hard to get actually 8 hours sleep. I probably average around 7 hours a night. I am working on increasing that, but yeah, like I said, I just find that quite difficult. So tracking your sleep is a really good way. I think Apple Watches also do it too, but really looking at like what time you actually fall asleep and giving yourself a bit of time to like get into bed, because obviously you don't go straight to sleep like a light, or maybe some people do, but I know I don't. So they're the 9 habits for becoming the very best version of yourself. So if you'd like to join the Sculpt Challenge, linked down below, that gets you full access to the 2-week challenge and also the digital guide, all down below. I also thought I'd do an early bird offer. So for the first 100 signups, you will get 3 months access to all Live and Lift app programs and upcoming challenges, taking you into the new year, and also includes the nutrition, tracking and community. And I've put in my 2 recipe ebooks, my cheat code volume 1 and 2. That is all linked down below. Also, what I think is going to be really nice is we can all keep each other accountable in the community section on the app. So you can log like your first workout, checkout, you can log your meals, and also there's just so much support in there, and it's feels like a little family in the community in the app. So yeah, I can't wait to hear how you get on and also be in this transformative journey together. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video.